You've each spent years on this market from different sides of the table. David driving requirements as an operator, Amina bringing the manufacturer and standards view. What surprised you most about the other side once you started collaborating closely?
Definitely, there were different perspectives since we started shaping the project. Mainly for us was the transforming the network management system using TM-Firm assets and more a vendor view, an integrator view to simplify the integration and interoperability. I believe on your side, David, what I was surprised is how much the link to telcos was obvious for you to connect through the transport layer, and understood later on that it was part of your customer experience enhancement.
Yes. So basically on our side was we were focusing on the transformation, but also how we improve the customer experience, a lot of the customer journey, right, end to end. While from Airbus, the perception was more, okay, we are thinking more on how the satellites needs to be in the future, what is the trends, and that's what we were discussing, right? What is the challenge we should address? In our case was, again, more customer experience focus and show mostly the industry, how the industry is being challenged as well, and how we need to adapt it, and how we bring these open standards for the industry to adopt and facilitate again the interoperability between the players. That was clearly our direction. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that takes us to our next question. TM Forum's whole model depends on competitors agreeing on standards together. What have you learned from all these years of collaboration?
The good thing about the Catalyst programs is the collaboration. And I think that's where the speed came from. Strong collaboration between champions and members and partners, the different profiles and the different skills that every partner was bringing.
Mm-hmm.
The consensus, of course, is part of the standards. Everything is contribution driven and consensus led. So it was obvious to me that that is what drove the acceleration, and also the speed, the time of the project, 6 to 9 months, or just enough to have a clear technical gap and tackle it and demonstrate it. The showcasing part is very strong to back up everything we were contributing to TM-Firm and adapting existing standards.
Okay. Yeah, agree. From our perspective, I will take two different angles. One from the champions, another from the participants.
Okay.
The funny thing on the champions was, and the challenge, right? As we said before, that we have different angles how we are approaching, right? What is relevant for each company? Because at the end is a multi-partner, multi-party ecosystem, right? We have manufacturers, satellite operators, telcos. It's a complex environment. Reaching this agreement, what we're going to do in the Catalyst, right? In this innovation project, right? That was, I would say, one of the biggest type of conversations that we had, right? Until we settled, okay, this is what we want to do. The next one was, I think, one of the success aspects was to bring clarity on who's doing what on this innovation. Because we have many participants, many vendors, software vendors, system integrators. They both can cover more ground, right? And we had to kind of slice it so each one takes a part of it. And I think that was really nice because they all understood, okay, you cannot do everything. It's very short time on delivery. Since we decided until we launched it was, 90 days? Like 3 months work,
3 months.
A bit more, 3-4 months. So it was a big scope. Now slicing it, having clarity, defining the interfaces, that was really good. And the beauty is that with ODA, basically we reuse what the telco has been putting in place for years, right? And basically we kind of demonstrated that it can be used for the satellite industry. We had to do some fine tunings, product modeling, things like that, right? Payloads within how you interconnect things. But yeah, I think that more than a challenge, we'll say more on the coming together, reaching these agreements, but then using ODA was really seamless, right? And then slicing, delivering was really good.
I would summarize it as we built on top of already strong assets, bring in some new technology, bring in an innovation that made sense for a newer type of partners coming into TM Forum. And understanding took time, as you mentioned, David, but we at the end managed to all understand the problems, the real challenges that were there for the operators, the satellite operators, the telco operators, all the vendors, but also the members that were bringing different assets. So again, to me, I was surprised by the speed that was brought by the collaboration.
I think it was a strong message to the industry, because when I've been talking with satellite operators, and lately I'm talking more, right? Before I was within one satellite operator, but now I'm talking with many satellite operators. Sometimes I get this message, oh, standards are difficult, are going to slow us down, right? But it's not. The reality is that you are getting things that are already in the market that you can leverage. But it's like you're not going to develop or spend time on develop something that is there, right? That you can buy, get it, and use it, and take the advantage. Basically, we give a big, strong signal to the industry that just take what the assets are there, right? The components, the processes. And yes, you of course are going to have something different for your own company because also of the satellite industry. Then you focus on this differentiator, but then reuse everything that is going to give you speed. And we have these 3 catalysts, 2 of them winners, 1 finalist. I mean, what a stronger message we can give to the industry, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a nice journey.
And maybe another point, in our case, when I'm trying to explain the transformation to organizations, especially the internal communications are very difficult. But we had a recognition also, right, from a TM Forum, from the juries of the TM Forum, which is telcos, satellite operators, and so on, right? So we got this recognition. We were able to communicate internally that what we are doing, the transformation we're doing, indeed is regarded as a winner thing, right? Because it's something innovative, it's something that surprising. So it was very good to let's say promote the transformation, to start believing more. It's not like these architects, right, that come with these ideas. No, it's coming from the outside. It's the recognitions and that really helped trigger the acceptance of the change.
Indeed, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Where have you seen AI genuinely making a change?
So AI is a buzzword, and everybody's talking about it. And it's where I use it in the satellite industry and telco. I will say there are 2 areas where I believe it's going to make a difference. One is in the interactions with the customers. So you are sometimes in hearing, oh, I don't understand well the products. They are difficult, right? How do I know what I need, right, to for my connectivity needs? So in some of the catalysts that we have done, we have, 3 of them. We have this portal with AI where you can chat and ask, right, hey, what is it? I have this need, connectivity in this region for this amount of firefighters or whatever, for this enterprise. This is the use case, right? You explain, and then the machine is going to tell you in natural language, okay, this is what you need, this is the product, let me give you a configuration, you agree, then you do a qualification, serviceability checks automatically, and then if you're okay, you say, okay, let's do the order. That's a game changer in my view. Because at the moment it's quite convoluted process, kind of complex, right? The other one is in the assurance. The NOCs, so the network operation centers, are struggling because this is a complex environment. It's not one terrestrial line, right? We're talking here about terminals, satellite, gateway, all the RF, the modems, the terrestrial network, the POP, right? Maybe some things at the edge. Now, if you're a NOC and you need to understand, okay, what's happening with my service? It's difficult. What we have done in one of the catalysts, and it was last year and this year especially, is this closed loop automation. Basically, you are receiving all the metrics from the different domains, combining them using AI, ML, and then having automatic root cause analysis, proposition of what needs to be done to fix the issue or even prevent it. We're seeing a trend that is not looking good. Let me take an action, trigger this action back, right? This closed loop. It's in line with the autonomous networks. It's a journey, and I think it's important to know it's not immediate, but I think that's the 2 areas.
Mm-hmm. I would join you on many of the aspects you mentioned there. For us, on the connectivity side, satellite connectivity, if I take it from layer one, indeed, is the how the customer can say in simple words their need. So intent based on AI can simplify the way we capture the order and the need of the customer, but also his profile. Going down to the service, how to find the best service, maybe in a multi-provider view, how to find the best service based on his, again, profile, but also the cost he's limiting himself to, the area he's living in, etc. So what is the service that can be built automatically using AI in order to meet this need? Going down to the resources and the infrastructure, it's also how can I use AI to translate the service into usable resources, available resources that are also probably managed by AI, how I can provision those resources in a smart way, maybe based on patterns that my system have learned. And on top of all this is the FCAS, or you mentioned network management. So FCAS, the fault configuration, the accounting, all the management operations can clearly rely on AI. Network and service orchestration is part of all this, englobing all those layers. And we are definitely convinced that AI first is a tool, whatever is the exact type of algorithm we're using. It's a tool that simplifies the interaction between those layers. And of course, digitalization and all the open APIs from TM Forum are just an enabler. They help building this scheme and accelerating this automation. So we're going towards real autonomous networks, real also integration, thanks to AI, because we can have a multi-provider ecosystem or multi-provider platform where the AI can help find the right solution to the customer. It's all meshed together. We can hardly separate them because it's the network management system view. But again, open APIs and AI are the best tools towards the autonomous networks.
And what's next? What can we expect from the Satcom industry in the next 5 years?
After this success, I think the next steps is we have other SDOs looking at 5G and TN. Of course, there's 3GPP, everything that is being done in an IEEE DIFI, the GSMA, of course, our work in TM Forum. Linking the bits, linking the different efforts into not just showcasing, but into trials and field trials that can be meaningful to different customers, showcasing actually business applications and services, using the mature standards that we have, I think is the next logical step. Not letting go, of course, on the efforts that are being done in TM Forum, but and we're willing, of course, to continue Catalyst, but other types of innovation within TM Forum. So now that many aspects are getting mature, is more, okay, how much we can really show that this is working and bringing it to at scale for the main customers.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's a good point. We have done these 3 catalysts that were winners, and finally that's a proof that this works, right? With many different players, vendors, system integrators, showing the value, right? We can apply standards and off-the-shelf solutions to support satellite operators. We can facilitate this interoperability with telcos. This year again, we demonstrated that. It's another catalyst. We don't know what's going to be the result yet, but it's proven again to be with new participants building the full value chain. There is also some satellite operators that got the running on ODA status. That also proves that the standard works. What we have decided within TM Forum is to create the ODA for satellite. This is open digital architecture, the traditional that's been used by telcos many years. We acknowledge that there are certain gaps or certain evolutions that we can do to ODA to be able to implement it faster for the specific case of the satellite communications and for the specific case of the interoperability between telcos, right, with this non-terrestrial, terrestrial hybrid connectivity. So that's why this collaboration project, I think, is key. Kind of, we have evolved into having weekly sessions where we're discussing where we need to advance, where we put the focus. Is it in product modeling? Is it in data models? Is it in some of the use cases you mentioned as well, for along the value chain, activation, assurance? So that will basically help any other satellite operator that wants to bring efficiencies, operational efficiencies, but also will help the telcos that want to interoperate smoothly with satellite operators. I think that's the direction. I'm inviting every player in the industry. I'm inviting every player on the industry to participate in the event.
We somehow at the end brought the Catalyst into another level. The 3 catalysts,
Yeah.
then this year the moonshot,
Yes.
and now Space ODA
Yes.
as a collaborative standardization project. And
Yes.
these steps were needed not just to convince TM Forum of the importance, but also to show to the industry how much things can be reused, adapted, and meaningful
Yeah.
to the industry. And not just the space industry, it's also the telco industry that
Yes.
is used or maybe has been working on this digitalization journey for a while. So I think it's a nice result.
Yes.
That TM Forum also has supported, but also is convinced now that this is the way to go. So we're happy to be part of the journey.
Thank you. It's very nice collaboration.